Welcome to Herdly, where books turn into 3 stories, refreshing your knowledge in minutes. Today, we listen to Megan Logan's Self-Love Workbook for Women. Release self-doubt, build self-compassion, and embrace who you are, in which we probe into the transformative power of self-love as a journey of vulnerability, resilience, and personal growth. Megan Logan is a licensed clinical social worker. Don't go away. Herdly, the editor, will be right back with the story. Let me tell you about 3 women who embarked on journeys that would forever change their lives. These stories are not just tales of triumph, but of raw vulnerability, resilience, and personal growth, exactly what we're exploring today. The first story is about a woman named Sarah, who after years of suppressing her emotions hit rock bottom. Sarah had always been the caretaker, the one everyone turned to for support, yet she never allowed herself to lean on others. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, she found herself breaking down in the kitchen, tears streaming down her face as she realized how empty she felt inside. She had nothing left to give because she had given it all away. In a moment of clarity, she decided to take a step back from her responsibilities and focus on herself for the first time. She began journaling, practicing mindfulness, and saying no to others so she could say yes to herself. Slowly, Sarah started to reconnect with the woman she had lost along the way. The book describes this moment beautifully. Sometimes it means putting ourselves first. Sometimes it means making space to identify our needs and wants. For Sarah, this shift was the beginning of a powerful transformation, as she learned to love herself by being vulnerable and open to her own needs. The second story is about Emily, who had spent her entire life chasing perfection. She believed that if she could just meet the impossible standards she set for herself, she would finally be worthy of love and acceptance. Emily's life was a constant hustle, striving for the perfect body, the perfect career, the perfect relationship. But despite her efforts, she felt empty and unfulfilled. One day, after a particularly harsh critique at work, she realized that her pursuit of perfection was a never-ending race that she would never win. Emily decided to take a different approach. She began to practice self-compassion, acknowledging that she was enough just as she was. The book captures this shift perfectly. True self-love must come from within, even when we screw up or take a wrong turn in life. Emily's journey was not easy, but over time, she learned to embrace her imperfections and see them as part of what made her unique. This newfound acceptance allowed her to step off the treadmill of perfectionism and find peace in being herself. The third story belongs to Lisa, a woman who had always put her self-worth in the hands of others. For years, she stayed in an emotionally abusive relationship, believing that if she just tried harder, loved more, or was more patient, she could fix it. But deep down, Lisa knew she was losing herself. The turning point came when she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. In that moment, she realized that she had been sacrificing her happiness and well-being for someone who would never truly appreciate her. Lisa made the brave decision to leave the relationship and start a new life on her own terms. As she began to rebuild her life, she focused on discovering who she was without the influence of others. The book quotes a powerful reminder: self-love is learning to extend kindness toward ourselves, even when we struggle and suffer. Lisa's journey taught her that true love must start with herself and that she was deserving of happiness and respect. These 3 stories of Sarah, Emily, and Lisa illustrate the transformative power of self-love. Each woman's journey was marked by vulnerability, resilience, and a commitment to personal growth. They learned that self-love is not a destination, but a continuous process of nurturing oneself, embracing imperfections, and prioritizing one's well-being. This journey requires courage, to be vulnerable, to confront one's deepest fears and insecurities, and to make difficult choices that honor oneself. The common thread in these stories is the realization that self-love is not about being perfect or achieving external success. It's about accepting ourselves as we are, with all our flaws and strengths, and treating ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer to a loved one. When we cultivate self-love, we create a solid foundation for resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. Self-love also requires us to be honest with ourselves. It means recognizing when we are in situations that do not serve our well-being and having the courage to make changes, even when it's difficult. As we see in Lisa's story, self-love can be the catalyst for profound transformation, empowering us to leave behind what no longer serves us and to pursue a life that aligns with our true selves. In conclusion, these journeys show that self-love is not just a feel-good concept. It's a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. It's about being kind to ourselves in moments of failure, being resilient in the face of adversity, and having the courage to live authentically. By embracing self-love, we open ourselves to a life filled with meaning, purpose, and true fulfillment. As the editor of Hardly, through learning these stories, we can chart new paths for our future, where vulnerability and resilience become our greatest strengths, leading to lives of deeper connection and authentic self-expression. In reflecting on the transformative power of self-love as a journey of vulnerability, resilience, and personal growth, it's essential to understand how this journey continues to shape lives in unexpected ways. Take, for example, the story of Anna, a woman who spent years in a high-powered corporate job, believing that her success was tied to her ability to endure stress and push through exhaustion. However, after experiencing a severe burnout that left her bedridden for weeks, Anna realized that she had been neglecting her emotional and physical well-being in pursuit of external validation. She decided to take a sabbatical and reconnect with herself, starting with simple acts of self-care like walking in nature, practicing meditation, and journaling. Slowly, Anna began to rebuild her life with a new perspective, one that prioritized balance, self-compassion, and inner peace. The book powerfully captures this journey. Your willingness to complete and practice the exercises is the fuel that will get you there. Anna's experience serves as a powerful reminder that true success is not about how much we can endure, but about how well we take care of ourselves along the way. In conclusion, the journey of self-love is not about reaching a final destination, but about continuously growing, healing, and embracing who we truly are. It requires courage, resilience, and the willingness to be vulnerable. By making self-love a priority, we equip ourselves with the tools needed to navigate life's challenges with grace and authenticity, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence.